WRC-TV Channel 4, Washington.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Fight experts have called my first guest, pound for pound, the best boxer ever to enter the ring. The winner of 2 world championships. He made and he spent over $4 million. Living high, wide, and handsome. And here to tell you something about that sweet life is that sweet guy, Sugar Ray Robinson, ladies and gentlemen. After all these years in the ring, and we almost knocked him out on the way in. I was telling him about that $4 million, Ray, and of course that involved some pretty good living. You used to travel with as many as 15, 18 people with you wherever you went.
Had a ball. 22, yeah. I think it was, when I went to Europe.
Purple Cadillacs and the whole business?
Yep.
Did you need that many, or you just...
Well, no, not that I needed it, Art, but I don't know. As a champion, I felt I'd love to live like one, and I had a ball. I really did. I wouldn't change a thing.
You don't regret it?
No chance.
Of course, you did make some pretty good investments that turned sour through no fault of yours.
Well, they turned sour. I don't care whose fault it was.
I read someplace that you had once been offered a $1 million bribe to dump a fight, the Graziano fight. And that, of course, didn't come from Rocky. It came from people wanting to make money on it, huh?
Well, yes, that happened, and I'm sure a lot of sports figures received some offers for bribes and things like that. But I don't know, Art, I believe that I was blessed with a talent, that the talent that I had for fighting was not of my own. I believe it was a God-given talent, and I certainly would never think of doing anything to...
demean it, certainly.
Yeah.
And yet you lost a fight. I saw you lose a fight to Joey Bishop.
Hey, listen, I certainly did. They called this the night of the fixed barnyard fight. And Joey called me up. Joey uses his hands pretty good, you know, Art.
Yeah.
And he called me up. He said, Sugar, I've got a boxing exhibition with me for the Mary Ann Postic Foundation. I said, all right, Joe. And I've been going. I go to the gym every day anyway. And about 3 or 4 days before the exhibition, a newspaper boy came to my door, and he special delivery, brought the bulletin paper to me. He said, Mr. Robinson, I was told to tell you to look on page B12. And I looked on page B12 and had the whole page with Joey Bishop with his muscles standing, holding up dumbbells. and I looked at that, and when we went to the fight, and Joey called up the next night after that, and he said, Sugar, I don't know if we can go through with the exhibition because I don't want to defraud the public. I got a cold, and the doctor says I ain't feeling too well. I said, well, Joey, he said, well, you know, I don't want to defraud the public. I said, well, don't make no difference, man. The result's going to be the same anyway.
But how did you lose?
When we went out there, Miss Robinson and I, we went out, they call it the night of the fixed barnyard fight out at Kay Gable's farm. And they had a hayride, and the hayride led into a barn dance. And all night long, Art, the waiters kept bringing me scotches and martinis, and I said, oh, buddy, I don't drink, I'm sorry. I said, and after they brought them back about 4th time, I asked, I said, look, oh, buddy, you brought me 4 drinks already. I said, I don't drink, why did he? He said, well, Mr. Robinson, I just want, Mr. Bishop wants you to have them.
He did everything.
So when we got into the ring, I wasn't allowed, I didn't know anything, but they told me, he says, and who will be working in your corner as your second and manager is Martha Ray.
And she threw the towel in.
Threw the towel in.
and gave up the fight, so he lost the fight on Martha Ray. But you know, that's just kidding stuff, that fight. We want to take a moment here and show you Sugar in one of his great fights. We're going to take you to the Palais des Sports in Paris. It's November 27th, 1950. And here's round 1 between Gene Stock, the champion over there, and Sugar Ray. Take a look. Gee, you hit him before we even got started.
I'm glad you got a fight that I won.
Watch this. He saved that guy's life. Sugar, that was good.
Sometimes I wonder how I got into it.
And now from that, of course, Sugar, here you are, a guest of President Nixon down at the White House at San Clemente. And here you are, a guy who's doing a great job for the kids, because I want you folks to know that Sugar Ray is out there in the playgrounds with kids, helping them be devoted to a life of physical fitness instead of drugs and trouble. Am I right?
Yes, Art, we're very happy. We have a foundation.
You have a foundation?
Yeah, the Sugar Ray Youth Foundation is for girls and boys, and we have about 1,000 youngsters. In fact, the finals of our summer program was last Saturday, and we have fine arts, performing arts, music, drama, dancing for girls. Our biggest factor is sports, and basically we are trying to stimulate a state Olympics if we possibly can.
Good. Sugar, come back and see us and tell us some more of your good life. Good life. Sugar Ray Robinson.